video is intended for audiences who are 13 and over. If you are not 13 and over, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online.
Tariq, Molly, hey.
Hey.
Hey,
just,
hey. You want to start with something?
One last ride, man. One last ride.
Yeah, hey, that's what I was going to say. I have a concept of a plan, right?
Concept of a plan?
Right. I'm just saying... I was going to say, right? Is that, hey, with Power Rangers off here, let's just find some adjacent tokusatsu-based media and see where that leads us,
What if it fucking mutates into an entirely different thing with a show that somehow has a more consistent and reliable production and release rate, timeline than Power Rangers? Because, holy shit.
Look, I think it's due to the fact that all the Japanese people, they're coming in, right? Right?
They're eating dogs and cats.
What?
Pet eating immigrants.
It's so... Oh, God. How... This started as...
Everything's great and everything's fine. Nothing matters because everything's fine.
This started as a quiet thing that was just like, oh, this is nice little sort of comfort food sort of thing,
right?
Oh, this is a little popcorn meal. Oh, hey, we're in the middle of a fucking nightmare pandemic, but hey, we got this. There's cute girl from a fucking Japanese idol group building model kits.
When is Nickelodeon gonna air the rest of these episodes? What, it already aired in France? And we have to watch the French dub for the first 3 episodes until it...
And now we're listen, honestly, time better spent going to the fucking Japanese girl building model kits across the multiverse. I'd rather do that than fucking go back to fucking Cosmic Dino. I'm Nick Fury.
I would pick that.
Hey, you know what?
Girl.
Oh, I pick this over Gun Girl every time.
You know what? And the good thing about it is, hey, Power Rangers as a franchise is dead, so it doesn't matter. I think when we recorded our Cosmic Fury review, it was still in limbo on what the fuck the franchise is going, but hey, update as of September, whenever we record this / upload this, hey, the Power Rangers franchise, dead by Hasbro. Hasbro said, yeah, we took it out back and we shot it.
I saw somebody make a post on... I'm really annoyed by Facebook trying to be Twitter by giving suggested pages, because it's like...
I think you mean X.
I think I mean... You know what? You're right. I do mean X, because X sucks. Twitter was okay.
Yeah, it's not Twitter anymore.
Yeah, Twitter was okay. X fucking sucks. But I hate that Facebook is trying to just recommend me pages of, they're like, I think you might want to follow this page or join this community. I'm like, I don't want to do any of that. The only reason I'm on Facebook is because I can select who I want to be friends with. But I will say, one of the benefits is I randomly got a suggestion of a, Power Rangers fan group, and they're like, they're selling the Power Rangers stuff on auction. I went, yeah, man, shit sucks.
Oh, yeah, I think that auction is actually supposed to start, next month or some shit. I think they're auctioning, everything. I think Hasbro is we are selling whatever the fuck we can.
It's a clearance sale. This is a clearance sale. Everything must go, because Toei will come get us.
I can't wait for that auction to come, and I just bought the shittiest prop. That has unless you are an actual deep dive.
Stupid.
I want to get the weird,
That's somebody's staff.
Frost. Oh, getting what, Rita's?
Yeah.
No, Rita's Repulsive staff would probably go for so much.
I was gonna say that's
money.
probably super fucking.
But I want to get
I want a buzz blast of employee lanyard.
You're talking about current thing.
I just want something stupid like that,
I was gonna
right?
say I want not Ninja's fucking goggles.
I
want those too.
No, but see, what I want is, there's one episode that I remember being, I think, the first time that I really was mad at Power Rangers as a kid, where the suspension of disbelief was lost, where they had to fight a lizard monster, and Billy was like, we'll make a freeze cannon to because it's cold-blooded, and that'll weaken it so that we can beat it up. So they basically make a fire extinguisher that just, it's a fucking, cold It's essentially like when you turn like a compressed air oxygen like upside down. And
It's
like
what fire extinguishers do.
yeah, and it's just like but like they had to go through a whole process to build it. And I was like, this is the dumbest fucking thing in the world. Honestly, now that I think about it, it's probably an actual like Zoo Ranger like prop because the footage was like they had to fight it with that, so it's probably not for auction. But God, that was the thing where I went, wait, is this dumb? And that was the first crack in the armor of like, I think I'm starting to hate this.
I want Javi's like Dino Morpher with like the.
Can we get Javi's arm? Can we get Javi's Robo arm?
Oh man! All right, I looked it up. The auction is happening in November. So yeah, so in 2 months. Yeah.
In November. Hey, Rooster Teeth is gone. There's no more Extra Life. It's time to bid on Power Rangers shit.
Hey, look! There's nothing for me to give my money to anymore now.
Yeah,
so.
fuck the kids. Fuck them kids. It's all about Power Rangers now.
Don't fuck kids.
No, don't do that. Don't fuck kids. No, Jared Fogle. Anyway, hey,
we're back.
It's Riko.
Somehow,
Riko, season 3.
Yeah, once again,
Riko.
going to how we don't follow the productions of these, right? We're just like, all right, we finished Cosmic, we're like, all right, we're done. There's nothing for all three of us to record again. Yeah. You know?
And just when you think you're out, they bring you in for one last
ride.
Right,
so this goes back to how, once again, so every now and then, right, I would just Google Ryosangata Riko, right, just to see if there is the hypothetical.
I don't know why you would. I genuinely would have never thought about, every time that we leave this, I say that I have gone back to Gun Girl Lady just to try and find the reviews.
Oh, yeah, I think all those are taken off on IMDb. I think the only archives out is just those shitty screenshots we saved.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right? So I was just Googling Riko, like a few, whenever, to see what's the update about that show, right? And I saw an update on IMDb, from 2022 or wherever the fuck to, 2024, why is there an end date? Yeah. There's never been an end date before on IMDb. Yeah. What's up with this?
Is it really an ending?
Oh yeah, right? That's the real thing. We have to get through this simply to know if we're actually done with this, because this show is trying to do things that I'm scared of them trying to do.
I mean, so far we're 2 episodes in, and I'm like, I'm not hating this as much as like previous seasons.
Oh man, they're doing so much. They're doing a lot of stuff for a show that we were not expecting them to do, right? You know, right? Yeah. Like when we first started this thing back in 2022, I guess, or whatever the fuck. We're like, oh man, what a quirky, fun show for us to watch, you know? Yeah. Right? After Gundam,
fucking quarantine and pandemic, and
you know, right, whatever the fuck, whatever mid-season replacer we were doing, right? Like, oh man, this is so it's somehow we have somehow ended to season 3, you know? Like Riko has outlast everything we started.
Girl Gun Lady, Gundam Build Real, fucking High School Heroes, all of that shit somehow has not stood the test. For some reason, all of those shows, and I'm not going to say anything specific onto why, you can listen to them, watch whatever, the fucking content. There's a reason why, I guess, this has survived where others have not.
Right? Yeah, so it is... Yeah, it is, what is it? So, Ryosangata Riko, Saigo no
Puramo Joshi no Jinsei Kumitate Ki. Yeah, it's the...
Those are words.
Okay, it has... Okay, here's the most important part. It says Saigo in the title. That means last. If this isn't the last season, this is a fucking... So, okay,
this was the really last.
Just to explain because there's also another little fun Japanese like double entendre joke that I want to explain later. But the titles so far have been I'm pretty I think the first one was Ryosangata Riko Puramo Joshi no Kumitate Ki, right? Mm-hmm. Which was just the whatever daily life of a plastic model girl or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the mass production Riko. And the second one was Ryosangata Riko Mohitori, you know, Puramo Joshi no whatever. So that was more of like another person's, like,
Another Rico.
yeah, mass-produced Rico, another person's,
Another one.
another one. Hey, it's another Rico. This third one is Saigo no, so it should be the last one. But as we know with Naruto, just because it says the movie says the last in it doesn't actually mean it's the last, because they might have some shitty fucking kid that has to fight dinosaurs and shit and have beam sabers. So I don't
Okay, well,
know.
if you want to talk about dinosaurs,
That's episode 2.
That's like
That's
a little bit
episode
later,
2.
so hold on to that. But
All right. Yeah, it is episode 1. I don't have the title for this. I'm pretty sure
I didn't. There is a title probably. I didn't look. Oh, wait, here it is. Oh boy, that's. Oh, I know that kanji.
Oh.
It's something and reunion or meeting. Okay, hold on. You guys keep talking about stuff. I'll figure this out real quick.
okay, cool. We start with bowling. Bowling is fun.
Yeah, bowling.
Yeah,
is
hey,
fun.
we are once
Barbie
again back
shoes.
to the third. Well, this is another multiverse, you know. Once again, this is another universe. As the narration has tell us, you know, like Rico exists in every universe, you know.
There has to be a Rico in every universe.
I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but
We are
at the beginning when we start at the like bowling lanes, we stop on lane 3.
Ooh,
Maybe because
ooh,
it's
man.
season 3,
Ooh.
and there's only one pin left, and it's the last season, and it's season 3. Maybe, I don't know.
Is this? Man,
Actually, no.
Is this
We
the
start.
symbolism?
No. Sorry. We start on lane 3. We move to lane
Okay.
5. The lane that Rico is in lane 5, but we start off. The first lane is.
We put solid
lane
attention
3.
on
Yeah.
lane 3.
Right.
Yeah.
We take
Yeah.
a minute to like look at the fucking setup, and then we go to there's one pin left, knocking it over because it's the last one, maybe. Anyways, everyone loves when you get bad news and the people next to you just go woo.
I'm pretty sure the episode title is Separation and Reunion.
All right. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Hey, Rico gets a phone call. Hey, my grandfather has died.
Yeah. She doesn't even get a
Actually,
phone
it's
call.
like
She
a
gets a
text.
text. She gets a
Oh, yeah,
text.
she gets a text.
At the bowling
Yeah,
alley.
that's right. That's because she's well, fuck. Man, I think we looked up this actress's age before.
Oh, she gets younger with every season, because before she was in the first season she was like 24, 20, like the actual age of her, I think at the time of the first season was like legitimate to her like actress's age. I think she was like 25 or something. And then she's like 22 or 23.
That's how Asians work. We go backwards.
I don't.
We hit a certain point and then we start benching and buttoning.
Hey, listen,
Oh.
I can't speak to that. All I'm saying is.
Anyways, there's one pin left, and then she's like, please, please, please hit the pin.
Yeah.
Please, because she wants to be done with this as well.
And then she kills Grandpa with that last
Yeah.
pin. But yeah.
She hits the pin, Grandpa dies,
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah,
goes, woo!
She's not free. She's not.
Yeah.
Hey, the opening. She's not free from the confine of that void.
Yeah,
you know?
she doesn't even have to snap herself out of it. She's just
Yeah.
doing laps around it because, hey,
Also, I don't think she has ever been to Riverside State University. You
So
know?
No,
I
she
had
ain't
to.
been to
So I had to
California.
Google. I had to Google. I'm like, Riverside. Where the fuck? Okay, it's Riverside, California. It is once again one of those things. There's another point where the youngest sister in this fresh new cast of characters, except with the exception of like 5 of the characters so far, is wearing
casting of characters.
yeah fresh new roles of these characters. The youngest sister is wearing a shirt that just says Newark, and I'm like, oh yes, my favorite place to represent Newark, New Jersey.
How do you know that's the Newark that it's talking about?
There should be no other Newark.
I think there's always one.
I will burn them both. Anyway,
There's a Kansas City, Missouri, so
yeah.
you know what?
Anyway, hey, it's our favorite. So hey, we're introduced to our new cast, which is there's younger sister who's new. There's Rico, who's still Rico. There's mom there's older sister who is the graphic designer from season 2. She's been isekai'd into this world in the multiverse.
There's just different versions of everyone everywhere.
Yeah, the Riko-verse, as I've coined at this point. Then there's the mom, who's a new character, and then there's hey, dad, who was part of a counter. I guess we're rebel faction.
No. The dad was a good guy, you know.
Yeah,
right.
He was
just
guy.
Doing his patriotic duty that day.
Yeah. He's a part who was the leader of a rebel faction against the evil demon.
This is some common shit.
Yeah, because called Weekend, to fight the demons that were coming out to get us. But also he was
he has a casual home life.
But also he was the bank guy in season 2, and and now we've decided to carry him over into season 3, and then also we're introduced to Grandpa, the fucking man with the goddamn graveyard, earthquake graveyard teeth.
Graveyard teeth, and now that's where.
And that's where he lives.
Now he's the grandpa, you know.
But
right, and also Aoi's back. You know,
yeah, Ao's back and Yajima's back. We could have brought in that third.
Wait.
Oh,
yeah,
Yajima,
that was the amazing thing. That was the amazing thing from the opening, right? That she was back as the assistant, you know,
instead of
right? Because I thought
the
the
third
gimmick,
girl that they brought
right?
in
Because I thought
season?
the gimmick, right, was that Yajima is the same, like the only constant, like multiversal beings, right? Or Riko and Yasa, you know, right? But every Yasa,
except it seems that there are. Ignoring Ao, there are 3 constants throughout all 3 seasons, which are Riko. Well, so far, what we know, there's Riko, there's Yasan, and then the only other third constant that's shown up in the first episode of every single season has been my man with the fucked up teeth.
Oh, in the first episode specifically?
I mean, to start off the show.
Thought we were talking about a commonality between seasons, and
I'm just saying,
this guy and the other guy.
And there's commonalities between. There's Venn diagrams of this is a 3-circle Venn diagram, and the only 3 characters that I've seen fit into it so far are Riko, which makes sense, Yasan, which makes sense, and the man with 3 dead teeth. Those are the 3 people that have shown up in all of them in certain roles.
What is the opposite of a military cemetery?
Civilian cemetery?
A
shallow grave? I don't know, shallow grave in the woods?
Well, because, straight teeth have been referred to as, a military cemetery.
No.
Because they're straight in line and,
I see.
Oh, man, is it British teeth? Should we just call it British teeth?
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, he's got a... Yeah. I mean, yeah,
anyway, I'm just amazed that Ao appears in this show.
Yeah, somehow I think Ao might have killed the other girl from the 3rd universe, because we had that happen at the end of season 2, because they brought in the first girl that was an assistant, and then they brought in a 3rd girl that we never met before.
That we've never seen, never seen before.
I think that Ao off screen just slit her throat and just went.
No, I'm the assistant. Yeah, I'm gonna be the assistant, you know. But yeah.
Much like the Tigger movie, I'm the only one.
Yeah, I'm the only one.
Yeah.
But yeah, here we are. We're back at it again. It's Riko.
Hey, Grandpa died of natural causes at the right old age.
No, he didn't.
Grandpa just died. Apparently.
Grandpa didn't die of natural causes. Grandpa did not die of illness. We don't know how he died, so assumably he got murdered.
Yeah, so we start with, okay, Riko and her family are mourning the death of her grandpa. And then they don't. They just say that grandpa...
didn't die of natural causes,
yeah,
and
they
didn't die of illness.
specifically phrase that he didn't die of natural causes, and he didn't die from an illness. So what the fuck did he die from? He didn't die because of an illness nor of natural causes. Was Grandpa murdered? Was this some kind of weird Gunpla-related incident? Did he have
Did he find out the truth about the multiverse? And Yasa's like, ooh.
had to be silenced.
Did he get into
Right.
a Clone
Yasa's
Wars?
like, hey, you can't know about this, right? You went too far into the back room of the gunpla shop.
You got into Girl Gun Lady world and you had to be taken out. Like, what the fuck happened?
If it's not
But you know
alcoholism,
what?
it's not illness.
But you know what? Hey, look, he lived to 75, and if you equip 75 to a score, that's like a high C, So he did a.
No,
It's
that's a
not.
solid
It's
C.
a 75. This is the crazy thing about
75
this, right?
is what qualifies a C from like a C minus.
Yeah, it's a solid.
Solid
yeah,
C.
It's a solid C. But
Well, you get a
also,
star.
Rico is talking about like you'd get a star for a 75. Would you? Because my experience with getting a C, even in America,
Is a frowny face.
is going. You should try harder.
Do better.
You could have done better.
I've never gotten a 75 on a test out of 100, and they've been like, "You did great." They've gone.
Maybe
you should
she
apply
just went to
yourself
like
more.
elementary school level education,
Yeah.
Right.
I do think that like.
Right, because it's obvious that.
It's like, a country who wanted people to be dying of old age instead of like other causes went, hey, if you live past like 75, you get like a star on your gravestone.
God.
Like a merit system.
I hate
for living longer.
I hate the idea of like we've gotten to a point again. So they mention it, right?
Instead of spite.
In a world where people are able to like make it to 100 like these days, like in like modern times, we're reaching a point where it's less and less rare to make it to 100. That being said, I don't want to be graded at the time of my life of like how at the time of my death how long I made it. Like it shouldn't be a fucking competition.
If it was an accident or a murder, you get a passing grade, which is a smiley face.
If you
if you die after 75, you get a star.
If it's
you
an
die after
accident
90,
or a murder, you get
2 stars.
you get the.
Oh, do you get a
bad.
bonus? Do you get like a
You
bonus?
get
Like, oh man, we put in some extra points because you got murdered. You
get
right?
the Breaking Bad thing of like, well, I heard that when your roommate dies, you get an A for the rest of the semester. It's like, fuck, man. Like, I don't know if that's right.
Pass.
Like, yeah, but fuck, that's insane. That's an insane thing to just talk about.
Yeah,
Hey, look.
70 points is good.
Look, these girls have to cope somehow, They have to grieve somehow, right? They gotta normalize dying,
Hey,
Right.
look, stick around long enough, you'll normalize dying soon enough, but
Hey,
holy
look.
shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Olympic sisters.
Yeah, the Olympics, that is true. Her Olympic sisters, that is the next incredible part where they, first of all, only the youngest and the oldest want to talk to each other and have a conversation, completely like excluding Riko, and
Well, she's
she's the basic one.
Yeah.
Like they straight up call her basic, well, normal, but they like essentially call her basic and only talk to each other, and they're like, oh, we only hang out every 4 years. It's like we're the Olympic sisters.
No, I think the older sister's been away for 4 years. I think because she lives in the city, right?
They
Either
say
way, it's been
what they
4
say.
years since they've been together.
What they say is since the 3 of them have been together, like as a whole. So maybe
right because it's implied that the older sister's like out, like she's because they live in the country, right? Because they live in the country.
And the older sister has some kind of like good job.
Yeah, she's a city girl, right?
Yeah.
She takes the train every day,
I still can't tell if Riko in this. It seems like Riko in this timeline is supposed to be in college. Like.
Or is she not? Is she? I thought she was just not working, right? Because the younger sister is in high school.
Yes.
The older sister is out of college, working, right?
Yeah.
Working at like an office in Japan.
I'm gonna leave this for the end of this episode to bring up this question, but it's.
Sorry, just figured something out.
What?
That's why she stays. That's why it's like the 2 of them are gonna stay, and like it's not about like
right.
The
The older is already home. Yeah. I'm gonna leave this for the end of the episode when they talk about staying, because there's a question I have of who's saying what that I'm not, that implies certain things, which based on the implications, would mean that every Riko, as we talked about, every Riko has been a different age, but it seems like every Riko in the Rikoverse has gotten younger, and I don't know...
It's flattering for women to be younger.
Like you said,
or
apparently, you fucking, you people Benjamin Button.
Asians.
Yeah. Specifically, I guess, Asian women. Because also, I want to say, fucking,
But then you hit the line and then you
Grandpa,
just go downhill so fast.
Grandpa with the British teeth was just a in the first season, he was just an office worker that was the same age as everybody. In this season, they just put gray streaks in his hair and said, "You're old as shit and you're dead."
And you're dead.
So we literally just went off.
You're only gonna appear in flashbacks from now on.
Yeah.
For the rest of the show.
Hey,
But
look at
hey, that's
they
the
could
thing.
be any age.
Yeah.
You never know.
Mm-hmm. Right, but that's the thing. Hey, even though Grandpa's old, he was wise because he realized what the best Gundam series was, and he brought a model kit of it.
I mean,
right?
look.
Really
Okay,
did.
all right. So
The fact that we started there is
Yeah.
why I'm like, I'm good with this season so far. Let's go.
So they start this off with, there's a whole funeral wake thing for like dead grandpa, and everybody basically just like both Riko and her dad, because it's her dad's father, like they're her paternal grandfather.
Assumably.
I mean, he literally says my dad, unless.
There's a lot of times that people in, like, relationships go, like, my parent, and it's, like, the other person's parent.
Can you imagine
Calling your mom my mom?
That's not what I was going to say. I was going to say me calling your dad my dad. Why the fuck would I show up?
But me calling either of your parents my...
That would be weird. Yeah, it's all weird. That's why I'm saying...
It was one thing when me and Ko, like, called each other's mom's mom.
Yeah.
That's one still very strange thing. It's another when, like, a significant other is just like, oh, yes, your mother. That's my mom.
Yeah.
That's my mom now.
That's a weird thing. I'm just saying, it's clearly her paternal grandfather.
Yes.
Right? And so, her dad,
Assumably.
but, like, both Riko and her dad go, he was really nice and...
Kind and gentle and nice and kind.
Shit. I don't know much else. Anyway, Anyway, sushi, hey, let's all just have sushi. And then they discover the last thing that he worked on, which was a model kit from 2015, Gundam Barbatos.
Wait, Jesus, we're that far from it?
Do you think he... Yeah.
Wait, Jesus, we've been together, like, that long?
Well, not in 2015.
Close enough, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying, yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Where does the time go, man?
My point is simply, it's a 9-year-old Gundam kit, and he's like didn't finish it. He
built a
Also,
leg.
they say he half finished. It's like you built a leg. Here's my joke.
Look, these people don't build Gundam. They don't know, right?
Yeah,
they see one leg and they're like, oh yeah.
Again,
it
we
must be
get to
done.
that. We get to that at the end where they just talk about, hey, Grandpa used to always give us these as gifts. We didn't give a shit about these, right? Yeah, man. Those fucking sucked. Anyway, here's my thing.
The small piece is involved.
So there's two jokes to be made about here, right? One of which they address in the episode. A big part of Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans was, yes, focused on family and trying to, like, create the ideal home for your family. But the other thing was, hey, everybody dies. When at the end of your life, people gotta die. There's a lot of death in fucking Iron Blooded Orphans. I want to feel like he left it incomplete just to be like, hey, you should watch the shit that nobody ever pays attention to me. You don't care about me. I'm gonna die, and I want you all to fucking suffer.
I'll be honest, that's some deep thought shit.
I just really think it'd be funny if that was the fucking mood that he was in.
Only got so far, and in the end, it didn't even matter.
Again, he didn't die of natural causes, and he didn't die of illness.
So he knew he was gonna get murdered.
He was either murdered, or he died by killing himself.
I mean, he died by suicide?
Yeah, hey, look, we don't believe in that in the Scientology department of Lincoln Park right now.
Yeah, that's questionable.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, land.
So they told Riko to go, hey, you should finish this for in honor of your grandpa, you know,
Either go
before
take
we
it
burned it.
Yeah, either go take it to, like, the bottle shop where he bought it so we can get a fucking return, or, we will set this on fire with Grandpa's ashes and mix the fucking plastic model shit into the fucking ashes.
It'll smell so good.
Yeah, nobody will fucking... Hey, we're gonna burn this plastic model kit, and then we can all join Grandpa from the fucking toxic fumes.
Grandpa destroyed our brains. Now he has literally.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna make sure they actually got a new set piece for the model shop, and they're not reusing...
so much better.
And they're not
We kept
reusing the
talking
same
about it.
location, right? From the first 2 seasons, you know?
Yeah.
Right? Because that set location was just like a random part of town that it could have been
no.
anywhere, you know?
We immediately went, wow, this is a bigger shop with, like...
Yeah, this
better
place looks
atmosphere
so
and
much nicer, you know? There's actual space, and you don't feel like you're being suffocated by what's
Yeah.
inside this store.
And it's not weird that, like, there's the back room for, like, the model kit room, even though there's also the shop, because it doesn't feel like a tiny-ass place where you have to go upstairs and then kind of enter somebody's weird area and shit.
Something I realized, they don't show any of those weird, I'm just calling them relics, relic points, entry points, you know?
That is true, I didn't think about that. Shit.
Right? From the other, because there's like a weird pan over like this race plate. I was like, oh yeah, they did build model cars at some point in the season. Is this one of those cars? But I realized, oh wait, no, that's not it.
Yeah,
right? But don't worry.
That's not. But I get the point because you're like, ooh, model cars, but it's like, hey, we're not actually being soups weird about it.
Yeah. But don't worry, Al's here, you know, she's like, hey, a customer. Really weird for you to come here at, like, after we're closed, and we have a sign that says...
You liked it. I mean, to be fair, they should have definitely, like, I don't know, once again, with
He's
this...
mentally unstable right now.
With, again, a constant of these stores is lock the fucking door, but apparently, I guess they don't have a, like... You gotta
actual
be
door.
You gotta be real fucking country to be like... We just let, like, the cross breeze through, and we trust that...
And that the only way you know that this store is open is if we put out the open or closed sign.
Yeah, you gotta really trust some shit, like, in order to do that.
Right? Because this store is stocked. There's I think they hover. I think in the background she has. Those are those real grades, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, there's a shit ton of real grades, master grades. It's a store with the supplies alone, right, are something. But, like, they have real grades, like,
The store is bigger. The store has more things.
I'm pretty sure there's, like, a perfect grade Strike Freedoms or Destiny in the background. Like, there's some fucking shit here that it's like, oh yeah, you can't, you shouldn't leave this out, but, like...
I guess when you don't have doors, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, hey, we get to meet this world's Yasan, which is...
A sad man.
Yeah, Yasan in mourning.
You know, he's sad, you know, he lost... and look, also, I like how he points out this house is literally the house of mystery from DC, where, like, yeah, to some people, this is just an empty building, but for those, this is a magical...
If you can actually
Boy,
go into...
I can't tell if he say that because this is a model shop, you know, that only applies to model enthusiasts, or this house is like some weird nexus point, you know, like, yeah,
this is the thing that I was talking about with Molly. At this point, what is Yasan? Right? He's not... I don't... Like, is he Doctor Strange, or is he some kind of weird genie? Like, what's going on here?
I don't know, but I need him to explain his shirt.
I need them to explain I mean, yeah, he is wearing blue jeans and a fucking, like, it seems like a
biker
dog...
t-shirt
a dog...
with 3 dogs.
Yeah, a dog version of
ribbons.
AC/DC or Metallica or something. Like, big fucking
crying.
cross.
Yeah, go back to how the props department just picked out shirts with funny English words. Like, yeah, man, fucking move.
So, but I need to address this is my other thing of, like, of funny Japanese double entendre, right? So, Grandpa's name is
Hiroshi?
Yeah, no, Hitoshi. right?
Oh, Hitoshi, yeah.
Yeah, which is important, right? That difference. It's Komukai Hitoshi, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when Riko shows up, she introduces herself as like, oh yeah, this is my grandpa's thing, blah blah blah. And they say, oh, were you Hito-san's granddaughter? Okay, so as much as there's like a pun about like Ryosangata mass-produced Riko, right?
Mm-hmm.
They took Hitoshi, which is a totally plausible name, and then they shortened it to a nickname, which is Hito-san. Which
Okay.
I think even you, for your weeb status, would know that Hito is just person. It just means person. And so now they're just calling him Komukai Hito, as in the Komukai person, because he doesn't fucking matter. It's not the same kanji in his name, but they just went, we're not even going to regard him as a fucking person. And we're just gonna call him Hito-san. Mr. Guy, Mr. Person, is just a guy that shows up, or that was here. We're immediately writing him off. And that's so fucking insane to me, of like the amount that they're willing to just go, yeah, he's just, I don't know, Komukai guy. Yeah.
And look, he's not a main character story. Like, he's just there to drive Riko forward, you know, right? But yeah, hey, but you know, Riko being a 20
something
year old, right? Hey, she doesn't care about it. She thinks Gundam's lame and for nerds and for losers, you know.
Yeah,
only losers built model kits, you know.
Well,
right?
hold on. What if it's built by it's tangentially related to Anohana, one of the most infamously sad fucking animes of the common era.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. That's what gets her into this. Oh, I love that. You know.
I love that anime that made me cry.
It's like okay, now I'm interested in this weird stupid little model robot
okay, so it's
right?
a Gundam, whatever. Yeah, it's a Gundam, whatever. Wait. There's a dead the author of, or the story editor of the fucking like thing with a ghost of a dead 8-year-old or whatever is like part of this. Oh fuck yeah! Which is, I feel like, is probably what they thought they would get from having Mari Okada like be part of like.
I mean, look, look. That's like the only way to get people interested. You just name other property in media, you know.
I mean, yes,
right?
And for me, it was like that was I said this to Molly because I don't think I never explained to her before about, because I haven't watched Anohana with Molly. I honestly haven't finished Anohana because it was spoiled for me. Hey, it gets sad. And I went, I don't need to be sad. But like I had to turn to Molly and go, hey, so Anohana was the first canary in the coal mine for people, where they went, oh, this isn't gonna end well. Things are gonna get sad and bad. And hey, how did Iron Blood Orphans end?
Everyone's happy and everyone lives happily ever after and everyone has a nice kid and they're happy.
Except for
everyone.
Yeah.
Hey, who was gunned down in the streets?
Everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Who do you care about? Everyone.
Oh boy, hey, remember Shino? Remember when
Why do you bring this up for me?
Anyway, yeah. So
for me, this starting with Iborf, which is Iron Blood Orphans, is just such a moment, and I'm just like, yes, let's go.
Yeah.
Especially when they describe it and talk about it.
But don't worry, look, here are the nippers that your grandpa used, you know, right? Hey, if you use it, just like he's here in spirit, you know, right? It's just like if your grandpa was here. So here you go, built the Barbaros, you know, right? It's fun, it's simple.
Do what you gotta do.
Mikazuki Augustus?
Yeah, they do. I don't wanna rip on the person doing like subs too much, but it's like it's literally just like the character name, and that's not a thing that you have to subtitle. That's just a thing that you have to look up. Like that's just what it is. There is a subtitle that is Mikazuki Augustus, and I.
That's like if we called him Orga.
No, that's like if we called him. That's like if we called him Orca. Like it's like nope,
yeah, right.
no,
it's like
no. He's actually. It's actually pretty simple. They definitely say a different thing. Anyway,
I
hey.
love the like explanation of Ivor.
Oh yeah, and then it's all about family,
so
fucking Fast and Furious style,
like,
and then
no,
also,
it's not tuna.
And also that
it's not tuna.
It's not tuna. It's Tekadon is the iron flower, not Tekka like Tekadon, and also, fucking the moment where Riko turns to Yasan and says, "What should I do next?" And they go, "Oh, it's like the thing! It's like the thing! It's like the thing that he did!" And it's like, yeah, man. Yeah, hey, I mean, I get it. There's a lot of references.
Definitely fairly screaming at it because, like, 10 out of 10 for the references.
Yeah, they had a lot of... I can tell they had a lot of fun, like, trying to make references.
Look, I got what box it was for what kid it was before it was actually in focus. Mm-hmm. And for me, I'm like, yeah, I know this one.
Well, yeah, because you have glasses now. Anyway,
Alright, so here's the thing. So season 1 of Riko was just her just building different model kits, you know?
Well, yes,
right?
And also,
right?
I will say, so first season of Riko was her, like, the whole reason it was mass-produced Riko, right, was building
different variety of different model kits.
Well, no, but the first thing
the
was
first thing she built was Zaku. Mm-hmm.
Right? And then she built, I forget what was in the second season. Was it Granddaddy Gundam, or was it a GM?
Yes, I think so, yeah.
And so it's like, so she built, like, the most generic... It started off with her building the most generic of generic, like, Gundams.
Mm-hmm.
Or
but in season 2, she learns different techniques, you know?
Yeah, and then season 3, she's building a specifically unique, within the canon of its own series, Gundam, which makes it, like, okay, she's... I guess, if we're trying to put meaning to this, that she's becoming less and less, like, mass-produced and more individualized.
I was gonna say that it feels like first season is like she's learning about model kits, second season is like she's getting into model kits, and now she's like, I get it.
Yeah.
I can do it.
Oh, especially, yeah.
Not, like, literally, but, like, just the overall message is, like...
Yeah. Hey, that's what I'm just gonna throw some sand on this thing, like, you know, right? Yeah, just throw sand on it, you know?
So, okay, so this goes back to...
Fucking sand!
What I'm trying to figure out with,
Where do you think the sand came from?
Yeah, so...
I mean, so she went outside, right? Because she's in the countryside, so she just went outside with the road.
Okay, okay. So I guess she's in the countryside of somewhere coastal, and she just went and got some sand, and...
I like to think she went outside, put some sand in her plastic thing, and then threw it at the Gundam.
I'm just saying, sand doesn't adhere to, like, a straight plastic model. Like,
I mean, I'm sure she then has to, like, apply like a coat of, like...
Yeah,
but
she didn't. But she didn't. She just walked up with it. She walked up with a tray and threw sand at the fucking Gundam.
Look, I think that, like, the difference is, like, having to, like, take, like, Goopy's, like, glue and put it on that versus having, like, glue that's, like, a paintbrush, like, nail polish anyways. And, like, putting it down and stuff. Or spray glue. And it's just a lot smoother, but it's, like...
Even if you did a spray bottle of just water, right, it would adhere better. But just throwing dry sand on a dry model kit doesn't make any fucking sense unless you've actually put... Like, it gets caked onto those feet. And I am so...
What if the first few times she did it, she was like, why is it not sticking? And they're like, I don't know, maybe try glue?
But the problem is they don't show it, you know, right? Because everything so far within the show, within this franchise, is that they try to do a realistic approach, you know, right? Yeah. To teach the viewer and the audience, to teach I was like, hey, you can. These are real world techniques you can apply to your model. Like, hey, here's something called top coating. Here's something called airbrushing.
Yeah,
you know, right? here's how to make
Deep
a diorama.
panel
We're not
lining,
gonna go.
panel
We're not
lining,
gonna go through the entire process of diorama, but here's the general concept. You put some boxes together, boom, you have a city, right? But for
Yeah.
this one, she just threw sand. Like, yep, that's it. I'm like, oh man, I don't think that's how it works, right? You can't just throw sand. I can't just go out, grab like a bunch of dirt and throw it on my gun and be like, yeah, this will stick.
She salt
I mean,
bays.
you could.
She salt bays the Gundam, essentially, and it's like
She sandbays.
sandbay. Yeah, she sandbay.
Repeatedly. It works.
Anyway, hey, it turns out Riko on her own says give birth now, which feels
It's her gut instinct. It's how she feels like she's supposed to do.
yeah, her gut instinct. She feels it in her lower abdomen. She feels this need to say give birth from her lower abdomen.
Yeah, it's from her uterus. Look, all she wants to do is give birth to plastic models.
Look, I think her mind is synchronizing,
Yeah,
right? She's learning.
It's the singularity of Riko.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, hey, look, I built the Gundam. This is so cool now. All right, thanks. All right, I guess I'll go home now.
Yeah.
Right? And so this family has never watched Gundam. They don't want to watch Gundam. They think it's a franchise for actual training. Whoa, man! Oh, so this is what Grandpa's weird little Transformer
Grandpa kept
thing.
sending us all this stuff.
Oh yeah, Five Bucks says that like Grandpa tried to get like the dad or whatever into Gundam and stuff, and the dad was just like, "What the fuck is this?"
So,
and then
again,
he just decided to pass it on to the youngins.
Here's the thing, right? So in my mind, it's like, okay, cool. Yasan, like, they all share memories of like things that they really think about, like where they go, "Oh, Grandpa really did have those moments," and like, "Oh yeah, Grandpa was." Yeah, oh, I do have, like, specific memories of Grandpa. But here's the thing, right? Again, Barbatos, and by extension, Iron-Blooded Orphans, is a kind of loaded fucking, like, last piece to be working on in the middle of.
Especially to start with.
Because, again, it's not like this is the newest one, right? It's not Ariel. It's
right. Do you think
Barbatos.
it's not the Ariel because they already did Ariel last season?
But what I'm saying
the emotions do match up with it being Barbatos.
Sure.
Of, like sadness of people being
But
dead.
that's what I'm saying is, I feel like either he went back, like it's okay. So you know the like I guess urban legend or whatever myth of like dogs, animals going out into like the backwoods to just die alone, right? With like walking away from their pack or whatever, and just like choosing to die in the backyard.
Yeah,
or in the
when your
backwoods.
cat nuzzles you and snuggles you to say goodbye.
Right.
And dies,
But so here's my that's not okay. All right, that wasn't doing. No, not that. I'm talking specifically about like. Whatever, sure. They know they're gonna die.
Yeah.
That's the main point.
I didn't realize this was my cat's goodbye.
Okay.
And then after they died,
Point.
I realized they were trying to say
all right.
goodbye
Let's
to me,
not
and
get
now I'm
extra sad. Let's not get extra sad. My point is, did he go back and either find specifically this 9-year-old kid, or did he save this 9-year-old kid so that when he felt like he was ready to die, he'd be able to leave like a suicide, essentially a death note?
What if he was working on this fucking kit for 9 years?
That's
getting
really
old.
sad. That's really sad.
Hey, look,
Because
but what
he
if
was
we just had a
getting old, he
big
couldn't
backlog,
finish it.
right?
Oh,
look,
I joked before.
I have a backlog
hey,
of kits,
you inherited
on
my
shelf
backlog.
right now.
Yeah. This is my last will and testament. Build all the kits. The fact that this isn't the plot
Build
of
my
this
kids and see my friend.
is build all of these backlog like kits at my
Don't do that to me.
Well, don't John Wick
Right?
me with the cat.
Right? You're like, hey, all these things have symbolic meaning that I will not tell you, and you have to figure out yourself. And by that, you have to go talk to this other old guy for him to explain the plot of the show, because none of you have ever consumed any of this media, so it will have no meaning.
But it's just like, I feel like
Y'all
it was.
know what's happening.
I just feel like it's either. Okay, there's the positive way to interpret being left an Iron-Blooded Orphans kit, which is, it was all about family and, trying to make a better future.
Fast and Furious?
Or it was everybody dies. Everybody that you love will die. Things happen. Death happens. You need to learn about loss before I go and die.
Or as in the chorus bride, they say, "Die, die, we all pass away." Something, something, something. There's a whole song about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Point is, it's a really, it's an interesting choice to start, and then I will say
it's a very interesting place to start.
Yeah. Okay. So at the end, they all get together.
Everyone sits down. Everyone reminisce.
And
right?
Riko and the older sister decide to
hang out for a while.
They're like, "Hey, we're gonna stay over here for a bit."
Yeah.
And then
summer break.
But Riko says it's still summer break.
So she's definitely still in.
So that makes me think that Riko is in college.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's out of the house, but she's still in Tokyo.
She might be post-grad? I don't know.
I
don't know how this shit works.
You think Riko's going for a fucking master's degree?
This Riko might be. She might have learned from the other Riko that if you don't do better, you don't do good.
If it turns out, I'll be honest. I'm not gonna dismiss that. I'm just saying, if it turns out that Riko is going into higher education,
every time she went from working for a company
fuck it. You know what?
Running a company to I'm gonna go to school so I can be better at owning a company.
Yeah. You know what? Sure. That's fucking wild. I just feel like what they're trying to say is it's one in high school, one in college, and one that's working, of the three daughters. But God, if
do you think it's possible that they're all 4 years apart? Which is part of why they joked about them being Olympic sisters.
God. Oh.
Just a thought. I mean, not exactly the most logical.
It's not insane.
I mean, I know that they said it because it's we haven't seen each other in 4 years. But it's possible that it's they haven't seen each other in 4 years because that's when the oldest sister left for Tokyo. And that's when they were all together last.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Just a thought.
Hey, look. So in the end, everyone reminisce about. Look, Riko has finally accepted that her grandfather has died. It's oh yeah, he's really dead. He's really not coming back now.
When people are killed, they die. Yeah.
Reminder, there is a dead man.
Yeah, look, people grieve in different ways, right?
Yeah.
And look, it took him for a while to finally accept that. But it's also sad that she's Grandpa's favorite kid too, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know, is this going to play any more relevance? I don't know if it's going to play any more relevance as the show continues. Right? Because we do this weekly.
I don't know how much Grandpa matters, but here's the thing. The ending shot, which is Yasan looking pensively at...
And talking to something in a corner.
Well, I think he's just narrating.
I think he's just monologuing, right?
Yeah, he's just monologuing to himself.
It looks like he's kind of
he just pensively. I mean, maybe he's looking at a fucking model kid and talking to it, but then we cut to the fucking sky, and then shit starts glitching out, and I can't.
Oh man, I didn't even notice that when I watched that frame. Holy shit!
Did you not? Oh,
no, I did not.
At the very end, it starts.
Yep,
glitching
I see
out.
it now.
It's. I don't know what kind of simulation we're in, but I hate it. It's so. What the fuck is happening?
Is this all a game?
Is Yajima the simulate the game master,
no,
or is
Al.
it Riko?
It's Al. We had the first one, then the second one we got Al. Now we have Al again. It's all about Al.
Again, I just.
Man, so do you think that? Now, do you think they're gonna do the Japanese thing where they just change the kanji to a similar kanji? By the end of this, be like, oh no, you thought this was the real. This was the title. No, this is the real title of the show.
I mean, the kanji doesn't change though. That's the thing. It just flickers.
Yeah, but then he's gonna flicker to the real kanji. Is what's gonna happen by the end of it.
What will the real kanji be? The start Hajime no? Oh no, it does change. Oh fuck.
Oh.
Oh fuck.
Well, that's a small difference.
Oh fuck! It does. It flashes between Saigo and Saishu.
I mean, I wasn't paying attention because to me they're low-key moon runes.
All right, hey, Rick, Molly, hey, we're back. Welcome back to another season of Ryosangata Riko. You know, a show that we never expected to go on for this long, right? You know,
But it's better than Girl Gun Lady.
Yeah, I look. But different. Go they set a really low bar, you know. So hey.
I'm just saying,
right,
I'd rather be on the 3rd season of Rico than the 3rd season.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, hey. So hey, I think this is ready for 10 episodes. So hey, welcome back to another season of this. You know, right? We're in for the zany world of Komakari.
The Ricoverse.
Yeah, you know, right?
Hitoshi.
No, not the reverse. The Ricoverse.
Mm-hmm. All right, and whatever. Hey, next week, we're going to Jurassic Park. You know, right? We're gonna find a way. We're gonna say that we'll see what happens to life. Life's gonna find a way next week. You know,
it's gonna find a way. That's for fucking sure.
Mm-hmm. All right. That's this week's episode. Okay. Thanks. Bye.